Our next film is hands down the best new thriller I've seen this year. It's a very precise, clever piece of filmmaking. Adapted from John le Carré's 1974 bestseller, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy has to be one of the least glamorous spy movies ever made. It's a quiet, sometimes scary film about ordinary-looking men who conspire to do horrible things. It's the Cold War, and the USSR has a double agent in British intelligence. This mole is one of 4 men who meet regularly in a soundproofed room.
I know that it is one of these men. All I want from you is one code name. Tinker. Tailor. Soldier. Spy.
After his former superior, Control, played by John Hurt, dies, the task of finding the mole falls upon George Smiley, a middle-aged spy forced into early retirement. He's played by a barely recognizable Gary Oldman.
I said that she claimed to have information vital to the safeguarding of the circus.
Anything more?
I said that she had information concerning a double agent. Look, I just wanted to get the proper attention.
In order to figure out the identity of the Soviet agent, Smiley enlists the help of various younger agents, including his right-hand man, played by Benedict Cumberbatch.
I need the duty officer's logbook for last November. I'm going to have to send you up a floor into the lion's den. If you're caught, you can't mention me. I'm sorry. You're alone.
Last November.
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy was directed by Thomas Alfredson, the Swedish director best known for his cult vampire movie, Let the Right One In. Alfredson is a careful filmmaker with an eye for detail, and in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, he crafts an atmosphere of chilly unease. The world, as this film sees it, is a cold, brutal, unfair place, where everyone's motivations are ambiguous at best and sinister at worst. It's this bleak sensibility that makes it so effective as a thriller. A very big thumbs up for me.
Thumbs up for me too. I kind of want to go back and watch it again right now, having seen it all, and go back and look for clues, because it really reveals nothing. And we are absolutely immersed in this mystery. There are no cheap scares, there are no easy red herrings. It really could be any of them, and it is a surprise to find out who it is if you have not read the Le Carré novel.
Having read the Le Carré book, I was really, going in, I knew exactly who it was going to be. I was really impressed by this world that Alfredson is able to create with this material. This world where really anyone can turn against anyone at any given time. So you really, you have no idea who it's going to be until the very end. But when you find out, it doesn't feel like a betrayal of what you've learned before.
No, it's not cheap at all. And this whole cast is so great. It's like a who's new of like great British actors working today. But Gary Oldman at the center of it, like he can just do everything. He's such a chameleon. He's in a really tough spot here because he's playing this character who is inherently quite reticent, right? And yet he is our conduit. He has to lure us in. And so it's a tough balance he strikes.
And he's a character who's actually quite scary. There's a really great scene in this movie where Oldman meets up with one of the 4 men he suspects. And he's talking to them. They're talking at like an airfield, and the guy starts to cry. He breaks down crying, and you totally understand because Oldman, though he never fires a gun in the whole film, he's this kind of middle-aged guy who moves slowly. He is able to project, this aura of fear.
Right, they're all kind of nerdy, but we should mention Tom Hardy is great in this as he is in everything. If there's any flashy role to be had here, it is Tom Hardy. Okay,